Welcome to Homeschoolific.
Today we're going to talk about 8 reasons to join a co-op group.
Now, first let me explain what a co-op is. A co-op is a cooperative of families that come together to teach our children subjects that they would learn as their core classes or as electives. So it's literally a group of families coming together. Sometimes there are many, many families, and sometimes there's just 5 families that come together, and we teach our kids a specific subject.
And it works in the home sometimes, it works in a building sometimes, and sometimes you might even get paid, you might pay other people on the outside if you all want to come together to pay for it, to come teach the students as well.
Yes, I've seen that. It's expensive.
Not necessarily, depending on the person.
Co-ops that are like $500.
Still cheaper than private school.
That's true.
So we have 8 reasons to join a co-op and 8 reasons not to join a co-op. Our first reason to join a co-op would be to supplement your child's education. And this is probably my top one for me personally, because there are a lot of things that I just don't want to teach. And sometimes it may be that I'm not equipped to teach it, and sometimes I just literally don't want to do it. It just depends.
I completely understand that, because not that I have a problem with teaching science, but when you're managing multiple children, sometimes there are subjects that just you don't have time for our little ones. Science is not a core that I would normally teach, and
Exactly.
So they get that at co-op, which is awesome.
Or that we teach science, maybe the philosophy and the skills, but we don't want to do the experiments.
Exactly.
And definitely a place I fall weak. I fall short on that one. Our second reason to co-op is because it takes a load off the parents. Let's be real, guys. Homeschooling can take a lot of work. It's a lot of preparation. When you join a co-op, it actually helps you share the burden with other people.
We enjoy that, especially the prepping part, because some of the things that a teacher may prep for a lot, for especially if it's science related, or if you have activities that's involved and there's lots of moving pieces and you want it to be fun, it's easier to let someone else handle some of that. Maybe you do some at home and then they get some somewhere else.
I mean, it does share the load, because the teacher could also have other parents help with cutting, bringing things. You know, we're all sharing, and it kind of makes it more sense when we're doing it, a lot of us. Yeah,
on a larger scale, it does.
So this is a great segue for our third reason to join a co-op, is that it actually helps save you some money, and you can do greater things, more quality things for less money when you have, 10, 20 people spending $10 to $20 on one class and over a course of time. What you can do with that money is amazing. And maybe we'll post some things on our Instagram of some of the amazing events our co-op has done.
Yes, especially we have an amazing science teacher at our co-op, and there's no way I could replicate or duplicate what she does at our home.
I don't want
to the level that she does it. Now we're gonna do some fun things, but not like how she does it. And there's no way we'd be able to stay within budget, because sometimes I'm just extra and she's just extra, and it's just not gonna work.
We're ridiculously extra, and I tend to buy all the parts and never actually do it.
Oh.
So that's the other.
We're gonna be like, oh yeah.
No, I buy it and then it just sits there.
Oh, all right. So reason number 4, building communities. I think it's so important to have a community around you that supports what you're doing. Mm-hmm. We all have communities. Sometimes they don't know what homeschooling is, or we have our families that may not have had that, but to have a community of homeschoolers that are like-minded, typically, that in your co-op, that's very important. Your kids feel included. Your family feels included. It's a big thing.
It is a big thing. And so, when you're talking about building community, you're also talking about your kids seeing different generations of homeschool kids. They're also seeing adults that also homeschool. And sometimes when homeschooling can feel a little a little isolated, this also helps kids to see that there's other kids like me that do the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It gives them a sense of normalcy.
It does. Which leads me to number 5, building your child's social interactive skills. And there's nothing worse than a person who's an adult who's unaware socially. Not getting the social cues when you're trying to end a conversation, to not understanding boundaries. Our kids are taught that with other people and other children, and that's important.
Yes, and although you can get those in different places, churches and stuff like that, play dates, all different family members, you can get that in a lot of different places. It's really a great place. You know, co-ops is another great place. You can get social interactions, learn social cues, learn social etiquette.
Yes.
You know, and that's really important. And how to act in a classroom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should do that. We should know that.
It is important.
That's not a bad thing.
At some point, it's going to come.
Yeah.
And you need to be ready. Number 6, let's talk about classroom etiquette. Teaching our kids how to behave in a classroom setting. Mm-hmm. Just like we were talking about just for a second in the previous number, I'd like to talk about how it's important to have our kids understand that there's a time where they need to sit and listen. Mm-hmm. And it also teaches them how to obey another adult that we feel comfortable with and we put under, under their authority. It teaches them that they do need to ask permission for things. It's not just like being at home where we've made it comfortable. They can get up and do all these things, but they do need to ask permission. And there needs to be a time where they listen and a time where they speak.
Yeah, and I think you're right on obeying authority. It's very important that our kids know how to obey authority. Because you're going to always have someone over you. And even though our kids are homeschooled and they're not necessarily in a class right now, we're always in some kind of class, whether it's learning in college, whether it's learning a cooking class, or you're working, you're doing training.
Right.
You'd be surprised at how many times we're in a class, and proper classroom etiquette is important and will lead into a lot of other places in life.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. Number 7. Your kids can be taught by another adult with different teaching styles. Not all teachers are going to teach the way that you teach your children. We teach our kids to their learning styles and we adapt, and not all their teachers will be like that. And so having them understand that and to be able to roll with the punches is important.
And you might find that your child's co-op teacher actually teaches more to their learning style, and you learn something about your child you didn't know before. Actually having someone that comes aside you and helps you teach your kids is actually not always a bad thing. It's just that in a co-op setting, you get to choose. You literally get to decide what classes you want, and you get to not take the ones you don't want. And if you know there's a teacher your kid's not going to get along with, you can say, not this class, not my
that's
kid.
It. Yeah, no thank you.
No thank you.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
It is. In a very polite way. You don't have to yank them out of.
Yeah, go to the principal.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to talk about this teacher. It's because sometimes it's not necessarily the teacher's fault. Sometimes it's just
their personalities don't mix well.
There's a clash.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Number 8. It's fun.
It is.
Co-op is fun. We have such a good time at our co-op. Obviously, if you don't know by now, we are in the same co-op. We do a lot of the same things. We do a lot of things together. I don't know if we said, was that this video that we said that? We do a lot of the same things together. We're in the same co-op. Dinah leads it and I assist, and we love it. We have spirit days every week. We have a different theme for our spirit week, and we dress up and we do quirky things and we do fun things and silly things, and it's enjoyable.
It really is.
We have a great time.
I enjoy time with the parents, our teachers and parents. We all work together, and then the students, our kids, they all enjoy being together, and it's just a really fun, safe atmosphere that we all get to do together. And we teach, our co-op teaches only the electives, so we literally have a fun co-op.
Yes. Is government an elective? I think we do some.
Yeah, but even the way you teach it, it would not be a curriculum necessarily.
No, it's not. We kind of build, I guess sometimes people do, but we build it and make it fun. It looks different. It just looks different. It feels different. Try and make it so that
it would be so she teaches government, and so basically it adds on to what our kids are already doing. It just kind of makes it so it sticks better. Same thing like with our science. We don't do an actual science class, but we do science experiments. So then when we're talking about science at home, it's like, oh, so you remember when you did this in your where we're doing forensics class, this is why that worked. And so the kids have something to kind of connect their science to even more.
Yeah, it makes it awesome.
Yeah, it really does. We love it. So that will conclude our 8 reasons to co-op. We thank you so much for joining us today. Keep in mind that we have wonderful courses that will help you in your homeschool journey at www.homeschoolific.com. And if you'd like to talk to LaVonda or I, then we can help you out and help you through your homeschool journey.
And so we'll just go ahead and link it down below in the description box. So remember to comment below if you join a co-op, if you're a part of one right now, or if you're planning to, if you're new to homeschooling and you're looking for one, comment below. Talk to us down in the comments. We'd love to chat with you down there. Remember to share this video with like-minded people and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you soon.